Okay, so the left-hand one was your setup. The right-hand one, pretty much the same. Obviously not in a goal there because we're using the wall now as this guide, okay?
Yeah.
So what was the problem before, again? The takeaway now is good. The arms are working up nicely. The stuff we did last lesson, getting that club back to a good position. This looks brilliant now. You think last lesson we had that club collapsing down here, no control, no structure, really inconsistent striking. The strikes now are awesome. They're just going way left, yeah? They're going further, but we've got to get them back to target, okay? So what we need to work on here now, that hip needs to get on that yellow line there on the wall. It basically stays where it is there. It's moved a smidgen, but it's already moved now after the club has travelled probably a good third of the distance it's going to travel back to the golf ball, yeah? So now you're back here, the hips are on the wall, hit the golf ball there now, so the club's been struck, your hands are back here, your hips probably moved to about there, so it's trying to catch up, but now the next frame is so quick, that golf club's gone through the wall there, the hands aren't on the wall and the hips sitting on the wall, and then afterwards, you then come through as a sort of secondary movement, yeah? So that was your impact position there. You look at this one here on the right-hand side and clear the wall because the wall is there. Right, so same good backswing. Now then, hips first. Now, even though you did that slowly, your arms were still moving. I would say that club still moves. We sort of just keep an eye on there. Your hands are starting to move, and I wouldn't say your hips have moved
So I'm still a bit late.
Yeah, again, this you can do this sort of stuff because you do it slower. You're able to. Your arms have got less.
Yeah, you can see
speed.
that visually, but in slow motion, you can see
and
it's
as
still
well,
a bit look better
exactly.
in real life.
In terms of where you get to, absolutely class, yeah. But because there's no speed with that club, if think of a race, if your club head has got a head start, yeah, if it's working slowly, the hip's got a chance to catch up. When you hit a golf ball, the club is working fast, yeah, and it wants to work fast, okay? So if the club has already done the first sort of part of its journey and the hips haven't really moved,
Got to get there
you try and move them quickly, you'll just fire the hips towards target and then it'll be another bad shot in the other direction, yeah? There's got to be a sort of smooth sequence, okay? So these start going that way and then down as this starts moving towards that way. So it's close that gap effectively, yeah? So you're moving in there. There you go. If you can do that move there in the first part, rather than that with the arms. It kind of gets there, then we get the hip on the wall, but you look at the difference in your legs now, so the club when it comes past here is now matching up with that leg, and then when you come into impact, striking the ball.
Yeah, it's going straight.
There you go,
See
and the club faces square, yeah? That's a very different impact position to that one there, yeah? That looks different, that looks like setup, because that's your setup there. If we look at where you are there's your impact. If I quickly scan back now, you haven't really moved differently at all. You just come back to the same spot. The problem is when you've done that, the club head's overtaken. So the hands have got to win the race.
I didn't know that. I didn't know I was meant to do
Well,
that,
the
so
thing
that makes
is,
sense.
we needed to do it, but there was no point trying to do that until the backswing was good. Because what this move will do, I'm trying to get away from obviously technical terms, okay? This move, what we call shallow out the club and stop the club hitting the ground too much. But you think about your swing before, you were missing the ground, weren't you? So we had to try to hit the ground more. So there's no point trying to do this now beforehand, because if you were still swinging the club the way you were and you were missing the ground here, trying to do this thing and you just missed the ball. Yeah. So we had to get the club hitting the ground, which you've certainly done. So you're using walls quite a lot, to be fair, yeah? Wall behind you, as you did before, getting that sensation of that club working up high, up high, up high. This, and again, one thing I would say, as good and as impressive as this change has been here, this is a lot easier to do than this right-hand one, because this is based more on instinct. This is a bit of feel, and it doesn't really matter because the club's not
awkward, doesn't it?
Exactly, and the club's not swinging as fast, yeah, and you're not making contact with the ball or trying to, yeah. So you can make changes. You think of the golf swing, you've got setup changes, which you've made a few adjustments with posture and that. Straight away. I mean, it might feel a bit weird, but you can make that change almost instantaneously. 1 or 2 balls, and it's done. Your backswing is probably going to take you about a week of practice you've done, and it's shown that you've got that much better position, okay? Impact might take a bit more than a week, yeah? Because at the moment now, you're still going to rely on instincts to hit that golf ball and do things that you still feel you think you need to do. Yeah.
So I've got a lesson on Thursday because I thought.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Fine.
Still worth having a lesson?
If you can practice or play between now and then, 100%.
Yeah, I play tomorrow at 11 on my own, and then I'm playing on Wednesday with Mark at 5.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, plenty of time then. Yeah, that's fine. So you can put some time in there, and then no, not at all. No, because we can
remember to do it tonight and tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Well, exactly. Well, we're recording this thing now, so I'll send this through to you literally in the next 5-10 minutes. You'll have that before you can get home to your house. You can keep it as a reminder. If you could do that 3 times a day for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
5-6 minutes of time, yeah? So in the morning when you wake up, even if you don't have a golf club, you just put your hands in a position and just hip.
I'm just going to do it
hands,
now.
yeah.
So you
Yeah, of course, yeah, perfect, yeah.